were breaking over stone. Priests walked steady through the downpour, carrying what was not their own. Lightning flashed beyond the ridges, wind tore banners from the ground. Still the sacred weight moved forward, through the storm and through the sound. No clear road appeared before them, no calm sky confirmed the way. Still they carried what was holy, through the violence of the rain. Ark in the thunder, move beneath the storm. Grace can lead through broken weather. Faith can walk when roads are gone. When the heavens shake around us, when our courage starts to wander, God remains among His people. Ark within the thunder. One young bearer lost his footing, one old priest reached for his arm. None could stop the storm from raging, still they kept each other strong. I had thought that holy journeys would be marked by peaceful skies, till the tempest taught me to worship. Sometimes walks where lightning strikes. Faith is not the lack of thunder, trust is not a quiet day. It is carrying the promise when the storm obscures the way. Ark in the thunder, move beneath the storm. Grace can lead through broken weather. Faith can walk when roads are gone. When the heavens shake around us, when our courage starts to wander, God remains among His people. Ark within the thunder. When my road becomes a tempest, when the sky refuses peace, keep me faithful to the burden You have trusted me to keep. If I cannot calm the weather, give me strength to walk beneath it, for Your presence is still holy, even where the thunder reaches. Ark in the thunder, move beneath the storm. Grace can lead through broken weather. Faith can walk when roads are gone. When the heavens shake around us, when our courage starts to wander, God remains among His people. Ark within the thunder. Ark in the thunder. Bronze at daybreak shone along the wall, helmets catching morning fire. Guards had watched through hours of darkness, every torch had nearly died. In me columns filled the lowlands, drums rolled faintly from afar, and the first light crossed the armor of the man who held the guard. Night had magnified the danger, dawn revealed what truly stood. Fear had made the army endless, light restored what sight had lost. Sometimes surviving one dark night is enough to keep us here. Bronze at daybreak, shining in the sun. Grace can meet the tired watchman when the longest night is done. Let the light expose our terror, let the morning make us brave. God give wisdom to the soldier standing bronze at break of day. Faithful rested near the hills, small beneath the evening sky. No great fortress stood around them, no tall walls were built nearby. Families gathered near the fire, soldiers shared the final breath, and the songs they sang together kept the fear outside the tents. They had little left for comfort, little wealth and little power. Still their faith became a shelter through the long uncertain hours. Camp of the faithful, hold through the night. Grace is stronger than a fortress, hope can burn with little light. When the numbers become smaller, when almighty armies come, God can dwell among a people who remain faithful as one. One man shared his cloak with strangers, one young woman healed the weak, one old soldier taught the children songs of mercy, not defeat. I had thought a camp was fragile, easy prey beneath the stars, till I saw the bonds between them were much stronger than the walls. Faithfulness becomes protection when the lonely find a place. Strength can live in shared provision, hope can gather around grace. Camp of the Grace is stronger than a fortress. Hope can burn with a little light. When the numbers become smaller, when no mighty armies come, God can dwell among a people who remain faithful as one. Camp of the faithful met the sunrise, with the fires fading low, and the people rose together, ready for another road. Before the trumpet rose across the plain, soldiers waited in their lines. Every horse disturbed the silence, every spear caught morning light. No command had yet been spoken, no man knew what hour would come. Only dust moved through the valley before the sounding of the horn. There is still a moment given before action leaves the heart. Still a breath where pride can soften, still a chance to choose the path. Dust before the trumpet, wait before the sound. Grace can speak before the battle, mercy still can turn us round. Before the charge becomes our answer, before anger carries on, God examine every motive in the dust before the One commander watched the farmers leaving fields beyond the line. One young soldier saw a mother leading children out of sight. I had thought the coming battle was already set in stone, till the faces past the dust made every certainty feel wrong. What can look like lines and numbers from the safety of command, but the dust reveals the people living where the arrows land. Dust before the trumpet, wait before the sound. Grace can speak before the battle, mercy still can turn us round. Before the charge becomes our answer, before anger carries on, God examine every motive in the dust before the Give me pause before reaction, give me wisdom before rage. Let me see the lives affected before I enter any fray. If my pride is calling loudly, let your whisper be more strong. There is still a road to mercy in the dust before the horn. Dust before the trumpet, wait before the sound. Grace can speak before the battle, mercy still can turn us round. Before the charge becomes our gets settled as the captains change the plan, and the horn that should have called for battle called the soldiers back instead. Eastern walls caught the first light of dawn, cold stone glowing through the haze. Watchmen lean above the battlements, counting footsteps, counting days. Fields beyond were still and empty, yet the city stayed alert. For the wall had learned through sorrow how quickly peace can turn to hurt. Stone can guard a sleeping city, but it cannot guard the soul. Every war must serve the people, never pride and never control. Eastern walls stand beneath the light, guard the weak without becoming prisoners of fear at night. Let the gates remain with wisdom, let compassion guide them all. God keep justice in the watchmen standing on the eastern walls. One old guard saw weary travelers moving slowly toward the gate. One young sentry feared deception. One said mercy does not wait. I had thought that strong protection always meant the door stay closed, till the wall became a shelter for the ones with nowhere else to go. Safety walks beside compassion, wisdom does not live in fear. A wall fulfills its noblest purpose when the helpless find it near. Eastern walls stand beneath the light, guard the weak without becoming prisoners of fear at night. Let the gates remain with wisdom, let compassion guide them all. God keep justice in the watchmen standing on the eastern walls. Whoa, standing on the eastern walls. Walls. Build no wall inside my spirit that keeps mercy far away. Give me courage with discernment, give me patience at the gate. If you place me where I guard them, let my strength protect, not rule. Make my boundaries serve your goodness, make my vigilance useful. Eastern walls stand beneath the light, guard the weak without becoming prisoners of fear at night. Let the gates remain with wisdom, let compassion guide them all. God keep justice in the watchmen standing on the eastern walls. Walls, standing on the eastern walls. Eastern walls turn gold by morning, and the city doors unsealed, while the watchmen learn that mercy can be part of every shield. people gathered near. Kings had filled the land with idols, priests had feared the nation fear. No bright army stood behind him, no great weapon filled his hand. Only truth beneath the heavens and a fire no man had planned. Flame was not the final message, wonder was not all they saw. Every heart was being summoned back beneath the living God. Fire of the prophet burned through every lie. Grace exposed the false devotion we have lifted far too high. Let the idols lose their power, let divided hearts decide. God restore a faithful people through the prophets. Holy fire. One man dropped the charm he carried, one old soldier bowed in shame. One remembered how ambition had been worshipped in God's name. I had thought the flame itself was what would make the people change, till I learned that true repentance must continue after flames. Signs can shake the hardest conscience, still the heart must choose the road. Fire only clears the altar, faith must walk when embers cool. Fire of the prophet burned through every lie. Grace exposed the false devotion we have lifted far too high. Let the idols lose their power, let divided hearts decide. God restore a faithful people through the prophets. Holy fire. Burn the idols I keep hidden, burn the pride I call my strength. Every substitute for worship, every throne I secretly make. When the flame has done its searching, leave no hatred in its place. Let repentance turn to mercy, let conviction turn to grace. Fire of the prophet burned through every lie. Grace exposed the false devotion we have lifted far too high. Let the idols lose their power, let divided hearts decide. God restore a faithful people through the prophets. Holy fire. Fire of the prophet, faded smoke rose softly through the sky. And the people left the mountain, and no idols held inside. No idols held inside. Yellow silence covered all the hill after battle left the plain. Broken boughs lay in the grasses, armor dark beneath the rain. No victorious shout remained there, no proud banner caught the wind. Only names upon the mountain and the cost of human sin. Silence speaks where songs of glory lose the courage to remain. Every field that holds the fallen makes us count the cost again. Gilboa's silence speaking to our pride. Teach us what the drums conceal when men are sent away to die. One young widow found a scabbard, one old father found a shield. One small brother asked what kingdoms needed blood to keep a field. I have thought the hill remembered only heroes, kings, and war, till the silence spoke much louder of the homes that grieve below. History may count the borders, heaven counts the wounded hearts. Every victory leaves questions when a family falls apart. Gilboa's silence, speaking to our pride. Teach us what the drums conceal when men are sent away to die. Let remembrance make us gentler, let the grieving not be denied. God give wisdom through the sorrow in Gilboa's silent night. When I speak too fast of warfare, when the language sounds too clean, walk me through a silent hillside, show me everything it means. Let no anthem make me careless, with the lives behind each side. Keep Gilboa in my memory when the crowds begin to cry. Gilboa's silence, speaking to our pride. Teach us what the drums conceal when men are sent away to die. Let remembrance make us gentler, let the grieving not be denied. God give wisdom through the sorrow in Gilboa's silent night. Gilboa's silent night. Those that sleep with the Lord and mourn the mourners that the hillside, carrying wisdom from the past. Let remembrance make us gentler, let the grieving not be denied. God give wisdom through the sorrow in Gilboa's silent night. Holy ground of war, stretched beneath their feet, where two armies faced the dawn. Every captain claimed a blessing, every priest had prayed them strong. Yet the earth beneath the soldiers held the bones of wars before, and the question rose among them, can destruction still be holy? Calling ground sacred means little if we stain it without cause. God is not a flag we carry to excuse the things we want. Holy ground of war, surge just before the sword. If our anger wears religion, strip the language from the wrong. If the helpless need protection, give us courage without hate. God, let holiness mean justice on the ground where armies wait. One commander saw a chapel burned in battles years before. One young soldier found a marker for a child beside the road. I had thought a sacred battlefield made our purpose surely right, till the graves beneath our footsteps turned certainty into fright. Sacred words demand a higher measure from the ones who speak. If we claim to stand for heaven, then Do not let me make you servant to the causes I prefer. Do not let me bless my violence, then pretend I never heard. If I stand on holy ground, let humility come first. Better lay the sword down freely than make heaven serve my hurt. Holy ground of war, surge just before the sword. If our anger wears religion, strip the language from the wrong. If the helpless need protection, give us courage without hate. God, let holiness mean justice on the ground where armies wait. Holy ground of war grew quiet when the captains changed their course, and the field remained unbloodied under heaven's open doors. Iron under mercy, rested in the hand, armor marked by dust and flame. Soldiers formed along the crossing, waiting for the orders named. Strength was ready, blades were sharpened, every shield prepared to stand. Still the captain raised one warning, let compassion guide the hand. Power without mercy, hard and steel without restraint can reign. Every weapon needs a master, every warrior needs a chain. Iron under mercy, strength beneath the good. Guard the weak and face the danger, but refuse the taste of blood. Let the sword obey compassion, let restraint become our worth. God, keep iron under mercy when we walk upon this earth. One young soldier spared a captive, one old guard protected grain. One refused to chase the flea, and when pursuit became revenge, I had thought the strongest fighter was the one who struck the most, till I saw controlled resistance guard the lives entrusted close. Courage is not endless violence, justice is not anger freed. Strength becomes a holy servant when it answers human need. Iron under mercy, strength beneath the good. Guard the weak and face the danger, but refuse the taste of blood. Let the sword obey compassion, let restraint become our worth. God, keep iron under mercy when we walk upon this earth. If you place great strength within me, place a greater mercy there. Let no victory feed cruelty, let no fear destroy my care. When I have the power to injure, make me wiser than my hurt. Keep the iron in submission to the mercy of your word. Iron under mercy, strength beneath the good. Guard the weak and face the danger, but refuse the taste of blood. Let the sword obey compassion, let restraint become our worth. God, keep iron under mercy when we walk upon this earth. Iron under mercy, found its sky. house had closed its shutters. Every guard had lost his strength. Wind moved through the empty alleys. Smoke climbed slowly from the camp. Still one window held the darkness, Jerusalem's last lamp. It was small against the city, small beneath the enemy. Yet one flame refused to vanish, while the night denied relief. Jerusalem's last lamp burned until the dawn. Grace can live in something fragile when the greater lights are gone. When the city loses courage, when the watchman cannot stand, God preserve one faithful ember, Jerusalem's last lamp. One old widow kept it burning, feeding oil into the flame, passing bread to wounded soldiers who would never know her name. I had thought that hope belonged to towers, armies, royal plans, till the smallest room in Zion held the light the night could not. Hope is not always a beacon seen by thousands from afar. Sometimes faith is one small window, keeping darkness from the heart. Jerusalem's last lamp burned until the dawn. Grace can live in something fragile when the greater lights are gone. When the city loses courage, when the watchman cannot stand, God preserve one faithful ember, Jerusalem's last lamp. When my greater lights have vanished, when the strength I knew was spent, keep one little flame within me, keep one reason to persist. And if someone walks in darkness, let my borrowed light be shared. Make my faith enough to guide them through the streets of their despair. Jerusalem's last lamp burn until the dawn. Grace can live in something fragile when the greater lights are gone. When the city loses courage, when the watchman cannot stand, God preserve one faithful ember, Jerusalem's last lamp. Jerusalem's last lamp met sunrise and the widow closed the flame, for the morning filled the window where one faithful light remained. Nations waited, soldiers questioned, refugees called out their names. He had orders for protection, he had keys beneath his belt. Still each face beyond the doorway made him weigh what justice meant. A gate can guard the city, a gate can also close on grace. Wisdom must decide the difference when a stranger meets your face. Keeper of the gate, watch with truth, not hate. Guard the people without turning fear into a wall of blame. Open when compassion calls you, close when danger truly waits. God give wisdom to the watchman, keeper of the gate. One night soldiers brought a wounded enemy child toward the wall. Some demanded he be turned back. One old healer heard the call. I had thought that laws were simple, every stranger fit a name. Till the keeper chose compassion, it unlocked the gate again. Rules can guide a faithful people, but no rule replaces sight. Every judgment needs compassion if we claim to serve the right. Keeper of the gate, watch with truth, not hate. Guard the people without turning fear into a wall of blame. Open when compassion calls you, close when danger truly waits. God give wisdom to the watchman, keeper of the gate. Keeper of the gate, keeper of the gate. When you place a key within me, keep my judgment free from pride. Let me never use protection as an excuse to close my eyes. If another reaches helpless, let discernment answer straight. Make my courage serve compassion, like the keeper of the gate. Keeper of the gate, watch with truth, not hate. Guard the people without turning fear into a wall of blame. Open when compassion calls you, close when danger truly waits. God give wisdom to the watchman, keeper of the gate. Keeper of the gate, Psalm morning, spread across the Lion of Judah rises through the storm while the kingdoms shake below. Crowns are falling from the rulers, armies tremble in the smoke. Not a beast of human conquest, not a symbol pride can own, but the strength of heaven's justice, standing higher than the throne. Every ruler has an ending, every empire meets its night. Still the kingdom built on righteousness outlives the sword and fire. Lion of Judah rises higher than the crowns. Grace and justice walk together. Truth will bring the proud ones down. Let the helpless hear the promise. Let the captive see the light. Lion of Judah rises, holy strength against the night. Kings had used his name for battle, made their banners claim his will. Yet the lion stood above them, not a servant to their steel. I had thought that sacred power looked like victory on the field, till I learned the truest kingdom makes the mighty bow and yield. Heaven does not serve our hunger for dominion, gold, or fame. Every throne must face the justice of the one beyond its claim. Lion of Judah rises higher than the crowns. Grace and justice walk together. Truth will bring the proud ones down. Let the helpless hear the promise. Let the captive see the light. Lion of Judah rises, holy strength against the night. Rise above my fear and anger. Rise above the throne of self. Tear the idols from my spirit. Break the pride I guard so well. If I ever use your kingdom just to justify my fight, remind me Judah's lion rises for the truth and for the right. Lion of Judah rises higher than the crowns. Grace and justice walk together. Truth will bring the proud ones down. Let the helpless hear the promise. Let the captive see the light. Lion of Judah rises, holy strength against the Lion of Judah rises as the final shadows flee, and the kingdoms built on mercy stand where pride could never be. March through the wilderness. March through the wilderness under burning skies. Dust was rising with our feet. No green valley lay before us, no cool river broad when familiar things are gone. Give me manna for the moment, not the whole path before dawn. If I only have one footstep, let that single step begin. You have led your people farther through a greater wilderness. March through the wilderness, step by step we go. Grace will meet us in the desert where no earthly rivers flow. When the promised land seems distant, when our strength is growing thin, God is present in the journey. March through the wilderness. March through the wilderness, step by step we go. Grace will meet us in the desert where no earthly rivers flow. When the promised land seems distant, when our strength is growing thin, God is present in the journey. March through the wilderness. March through the wilderness continued till the evening cooled the sand, and beyond another ridgeline they saw green upon the land. Night of the shofar fell across the hills. No moon rested in the sky. Watchmen waited near the towers. Every torch was burning dry. Then a single horn awakened all the silence of the dark, and its ancient cry went traveling from the wall to every heart. No one knew if war was coming, no one knew what dawn would bring. Still the shofar called the people to remember heaven's king. Night of the shofar, sound across the land. One was carried into battle, one brought healing after pain. Soldiers gather near the healer, every face was worn and pale, and the room held both reminders, fragrant oil and tempered steel. Strength may stand against the danger, healing comes when fighting ends. What we carry into conflict must make room for wounds to mend. Oil and steel, strength and mercy kneel. Let the weapon guard the helpless, let the wounded hand be healed. Never let the sword grow sacred, never let compassion fail. God, keep mercy beside courage, keep the oil beside the steel. One man cleaned his battered weapon, then helped bandage someone near. One young guard gave up his ration for a wounded engineer. I had thought a warrior's calling ended when the thread withdrew, till the healer showed that courage has another work to do. Battle may require resistance, peace requires a different skill. Hands prepared to stand against harm must be ready also to heal. Oil and steel, strength and mercy kneel. Let the weapon guard the helpless, let the wounded hand be healed. Never let the sword grow sacred, never let compassion fail. God, keep mercy beside courage, keep the all beside the steel. If you place strength in my keeping, place compassion deeper still. Let me never love the weapon more than those it ought to shield. When the danger has departed, give my hands a gentler skill. Let me carry both with wisdom, let me carry oil and steel. Oil and steel, strength and mercy kneel. Let the weapon guard the helpless, let the wounded hand be healed. Never let the sword grow sacred, never let compassion fail. God, keep mercy beside courage, keep the arm beside the steel. Keep the arm beside the steel. A prison psalm rose behind the iron door, deep beneath the sleeping town. Chains were fixed into the stonework, no warm daylight traveled down. One man started with a whisper, another answered from his cell, till the dungeon walls were carrying words the jailers could not quell. They could lock away the singer, they could bind his hands and feet, but no chain could stop hear the captive call. Where no doorway stands before us, where no human answer comes, hope can still become a melody. Sing the prison song. Mercy on these souls. Grace is present. The song is not hear the captive call. Sing the prison song. Mercy on these souls. Hope can still become a melody. Sing the prison song. The prison psalms continued softly till the morning reached the bars, and the captives faced another day with freedom in their hearts. Quiet before Jericho covered all the plain. Morning waited without wind. Soldiers stood beside their brothers, wondering when the march would begin. Walls rose high above the valley, bronze gates guarded those within. Yet no battering ram was lifted, no command was given to strike. Sometimes faith moves without shouting, sometimes strength refuses haste. Not every wall is overcome by the power we can make. Quiet before Jericho, wait and hear the call. Faith can walk around the fortress before it ever sees it fall. When the answer looks impossible, when our strength appears too small, God teach us patient courage in the quiet before the wall. Day by day they walked in silence, dust collecting on their feet. Those above the walls kept mocking what appeared to be defeat. Still the people kept their order, still the priests continued on, trusting something greater worked there, even while the stone stood strong. Faithfulness can look like weakness to the eyes that measure might, but obedience keeps walking long before the victory's sight. Quiet gathered on the hill, few beneath the morning red. Some had crossed the burning cities, some had buried friends and fled. Tattered cloaks and battered sandals, a little food remained to share. Still they turned toward the horizon like a people called from there. They had lost the things they counted, every shelter, field and name. Yet the morning asked a question, would their faith outlive the flame? Remnant at sunrise, rise beneath the gold. You are more than what was taken, more than ruins you still hold. Carry mercy into morning, leave the ancient hate behind. God can start another story with a remnant at One old farmer carried seedlings, one young mother carried bread. One small child held broken tablets, found among the village dead. None possessed a mighty kingdom, none could promise easy days. But together they chose planning where the war had empty plains. Hope begins before abundance, faith can sow in wounded ground. Those who survive the darkest season can decide what grows there now. Remnant at sunrise, rise beneath the gold. You are more than what was taken, more than ruins you still hold. Carry mercy into morning, leave the ancient hate behind. God can start another story with a remnant at sunrise. When the old world falls behind me, keep me from becoming stone. Let survival make me kinder, not convince me I'm alone. Give me courage to begin small, give me patience while it grows. Even one field planted faithfully can become a place of hope. Remnant at sunrise, rise beneath the gold. You are more than what was taken, more than ruins you still hold. Carry mercy into morning, leave the ancient hate behind. God can start another story with a remnant at sunrise. Remnant at sunrise, across the hillside, seeds of children moving on, and behind their weary footsteps, life returned beneath the dawn. Swords before Zion glittered in the sun, armies covered every hill. Banners moved above the valley, drums demanded blood and steel. Inside the walls the people gathered, not to celebrate the fight, but to pray that strength and wisdom would defend them through the night. Weapons waited outside Zion, fear was waiting deep within. Before facing those who threatened, they let my purpose remain clear. Never let the taste of victory make a home inside my fear. When the danger has retreated, let my weapon also cease. The strongest wall around a people still must leave a gate for peace. Swords before Zion, shining at the gate. Give us courage without cruelty. Give us strength without the hate. If we stand to guard the helpless, keep revenge outside the wall. God be greater than the weapons raised before the gates of Zion. Swords before Zion disappeared as the enemy withdrew, and the gates remain defended. Without blood they never needed. Under over Hebron rolled across the hills. Heavy clouds concealed the height. Rain came down upon the vineyards, turning roads to mud by night. Inside homes the lamps were trembling. Shepherds brought their flocks within, while the watchmen faced the tempest from the towers in the wind. Storms can make the strongest tremble. Darkness makes the valley strange. Still the rock beneath our footsteps does not vanish with the rain. Thunder over Hebron, roll across the sky. Grace remains beneath the storm clouds. Faith still lifts its weary eyes. When the mountains shake around us, when the roads are washed from sight, God become our steady refuge under Hebron's stormy night. Lightning struck beyond the pasture. One stone tower lost its crown. Neighbors rushed into the rainfall when they heard a house fall down. Soldiers left their guarded stations, not for battle but to save. And the same hands trained for conflict pull the wounded from the rain. Strength is proven in protection, not by whom we can defeat. Sometimes courage runs toward danger just to bring another peace. Thunder over Hebron, roll across the sky. Grace remains beneath the storm clouds. Faith still lifts its weary the storm.